what we discovered with the original drumulator, maybe called the drumulator 1, if you like, but the original drumulator, was that back then computers were nowhere near as fast as they are now, and as a result, high sample rates were not available. Also, the lower the sample rate, the less memory for a given duration of sound. So the drumulator had a really quite low sample rate. But mathematics tells us that if you're doing digital audio, that the highest frequency that you can accurately record is half the sample rate. So with a drumulator sample rate, which was just a little over 20 kHz, theoretically, you were missing that whole top octave of sound. But if you want to accurately reconstruct the sound, you put in what's called, a reconstruction filter to take out the what are called images. They're false sounds that come out higher than the highest frequency that can legitimately be recorded. And with many percussive sounds, your ear just hears those as a natural extension, and it sounds better. So there's a compromise. If you don't put in a reconstruction filter, you get very bright sounds, but that top octave is somewhat distorted. Or you can take out the top octave and instead get more accurate sounds, but not quite as bright. That's an artistic compromise. And we couldn't afford in the instrument to meet our price targets to have any kind of true dynamic filtering where the user could adjust a filter on every channel and would make the front panel too complicated anyway. So what we chose to do was have two channels that just don't have any reconstruction filter at all. They're just as bright as can be, and you now get this imaging, which can be artistically very, very useful. Then the other channels, we have successively lower pairs of filters. And then those final two channels, channel 1 and channel 2, we have the famous SSM dynamic filters, a chip that I designed in the early 80s, that allows you to get the dynamics of the sound. And those are very fun channels to play with. When the SP-1200 came out beyond the SP-12, we realized that some people were putting in their own custom filters in their mix boards, which is, of course, acceptable as well. So in that case, we brought out the individual channel outputs with a TRS type of jack that you can plug halfway in and get the unfiltered sound if you wanted to do the filtering yourself. And this baby here, we've brought those out in separate jacks so you don't have to play the funny game on plugging your jack halfway in. I suspect some people will nostalgically miss that.